saw your name in the rearview mirror, faded like the line on a weathered sign.
Welcome to Anxious, Broke, and Loving It, the podcast for anyone who's ever screamed at a con panel, clutched their photo op like it's gospel, cried in a hotel hallway at 2 a.m., or quietly held on to that dream, no matter how far away it feels. Hi, I'm Robin, chaos gremlin, professional overthinker, conline crier, and proud founder of the Facebook group Trash for J2. This is your unofficial survival guide to navigating conventions, fandom friendships, celebrity encounters, emotional meltdowns, and everything in between, with way too much heart, not enough sleep, and definitely not enough money. From the bunker to the con floor, we're all family here. So deep breath in, wristband on, and here we go. So let's start talking about cons. My first con was supposed to be magic. Absolutely. Build it up in my head. One and done was the original plan. It always is. It was going to be in Charlotte. I was excited. That's close to me. No need for real travel. About an hour and a half drive. Wasn't able to book the con hotel because this was during COVID or right after COVID. And it had been moved and canceled so many times. I finally ended up waiting too long. And I didn't get the con hotel. So I was very disappointed. But it was what it was. So I booked a hotel nearby. Figured I'd just travel back and forth. It's going to work, right? No big deal. So anyways, I'm all excited. Packed my bags. Going on my own. Headed to Charlotte. Driving in the car. Probably about 45 minutes away from home. And suddenly, it clicked. Not the fact that I was going to a con, but the sudden realization that I'd forgotten the one thing that was actually going to get me inside. My tickets. I swear I could hear that record scratch in my brain like you hear on sitcoms. My stomach dropped. All I could think of was, what have I done? Didn't think about any kind of solutions like, oh, you're going to a hotel. They have a business center. Just reprint everything. Nope. All I could think about was my fancy little pretty con binder that I had left sitting with all these nice little pages where I put every little ticket that I had bought, because back then you had to have everything printed out. Had everything in there, was all ready to slide my pictures in, and I knew I had left it sitting on the table next to the couch. So of course, like any grown woman does, I immediately started crying and I called my mom to let her know, Mom, I forgot my tickets. Fortunately, since I have Supermom, we came up with a plan. She'd bring the tickets to me. I'd turn around from where I was, start heading back. We'd meet in the middle. And, of course, that's what I did. Thank goodness for Mom, right? I probably drove about maybe 15, 20 minutes back. She drove. We met at this gas station, sat there and waited. Me crying the whole time because, of course, at this point, my anxiety is through the roof. I can't believe I've done this. I'm upset now. I'm mad at myself because Mama's having to bring me my tickets, but it is what it is. She brings me my beautiful con binder that I had gotten so organized, tells me to calm down, gives me a hug, try it all over again. Start heading back towards Charlotte. So, again, first con. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had been in the Facebook groups. I'd watched so many videos, thanks Krista and Gail, but I didn't know the basics of what to do. So I get there, head to the convention center, and just so you know, if you ever go to the Charlotte Con, absolutely fantastic location. So glad that that's where I went for my first con. Nice and small. Very organized. If you stay at the hotel, it's a fabulous hotel. Can't say enough great things about it. So it's one of my favorite locations. But walking in on that Thursday night, there I am wearing one of my Supernatural t-shirts, a red plaid shirt, and I just felt like the nerdiest lost little kid in the world. All these people that looked like they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what was going on, and I didn't have a clue. Lines everywhere. I didn't know what line to get in. I barely even knew where the hotel was. So, with all the confidence that I could muster, which wasn't very much, I calmly walked up to the first line, stood there for a second, and then very nicely tapped somebody on the back and said, "Is this the line that I need to be in for my tickets?" Thank goodness that, as you will all find, everybody at Supernatural Cons is wonderful, fantastic, friendly, helpful. Can't say enough great things about it. So they very kindly showed me that I had to go into the COVID testing line first. Again, remember, this was right after COVID. This isn't a thing you have to worry about anymore, but back then we did. Had to go to the COVID testing line first, turn in my COVID test, get a red band that said that I was negative, then get back into the line to exchange my ticket. Fortunately, as I'm standing in line, still feeling super nervous, all these people around, but I started to talk to the people in line around me. Now keep in mind, we're all wearing masks because, again, right after COVID, so it kind of made it harder to communicate, but we all have the same love of this same show, and we all have that in common. And the next thing you know, we're talking about Jensen, we're talking about Jared, we're talking about the show, and I'm making friends in line, and so I get excited. So as we go up, the line moves very quickly. Anytime that you do, this was at pre-registration. Every con the night before will have pre-registration. You don't have to do pre-registration. It makes it a little bit easier if you do because it's out of the way. Of course, I went gold my first con. I got lucky. I was super excited to do it. The only bad thing I'll say about that is once you go gold, it's so hard to go back. I've tried. Trust me, I've tried. But so we get up there. Everyone at Creation was very helpful, very nice. Show them my ticket. They scan my ticket. Next thing I know, I've got another wristband on. So now I've got a COVID wristband and I've got a regular wristband. And they even give me a lanyard to wear around my neck that says gold. So I'm super excited. The next thing you do is Jensen and Jared pictures had to be exchanged. You always exchange those for hard copies. It cuts down on counterfeits, forgeries. If there's a problem with your op, you're going to discover that early on, as opposed to being in the line for Jensen or Jared or Misha or Mark Shepard. They're going to go ahead and know that there's a problem. Not that there should ever be a problem, but it can happen. I'm a big fan of the secondhand resale market. We'll talk about that later. But there's always a gamble with that. And I've had problems that so far have always been resolved, but I've had problems happen on occasion. There's nothing like turning in your PDFs for your J2 photo ops and waiting for them to scan and tell you that they're valid. So keep in mind that first night, I got my pass, talked to a few people in line, went through, looked at the vendors, was so excited because, again, everybody there loved the same thing that I loved, and it made me feel so good. So I looked through the vendors, looked around, then I decided, you know what, this is a lot. Let's go back to the hotel. I went back to the hotel room and absolutely sobbed. Not because anything had gone wrong, but because everything had felt so big, so intense. It wasn't that I'd had a problem. It wasn't that anybody had been mean to me. It's just I had all these nerves, all this hope, all this adrenaline all tangled up. And suddenly I'm sitting in the hotel by myself crying. And for me, that moment meant something. It meant that I didn't quit. I didn't run. I stayed. I felt all of that emotion and I kept going. And then the next day, I went back to the con and I made more friends and I talked to more people and it was absolutely amazing. So always remember, even if you have bumps, especially when you first start, especially when you're registering, especially if you're scared at first, there's so much more still left to come that's going to be so great. It's going to be worth every single one of those scary moments. So let's talk a little bit about some tips for surviving your first con. And again, as we go forward, we're going to go into so much detail about so much of these. But I just want to give you guys a general idea of what we're going to be doing while we're doing this. So let's buckle up. First cons are wild rides, emotional roller coasters with photo ops, panic snacks, strangers who turn into soulmates in a single hallway hug. But you're not just going to survive the con, you're going to own it. Here's everything I wish someone had told me, everything I learned the hard way, and a few things I still have written on sticky notes in my con bag, which, by the way, you're gonna want a con bag. So first off, you don't have to do it alone. You never have to do it alone. Even if you're at the con by yourself, you are not alone. First off, always join the Facebook group for your con as early as you can. There's a Facebook group for every single con. Lurk, read, connect. People share tips, photo op walkthroughs, airport advice, cosplay planning, roommate searches. It's basically group therapy and a treasure map all in one. And once you're at the con, say hi to people in line. Remember, that first night, I made friends in line. Some of those people I'm still friends with, and this is 5-6 years later. Compliment someone's cosplay, offer a mint. The little connections are how con families are born. You never know if that person in line next to you is going to be your next best friend. So some other things to do. Remember, you're not alone. You've got friends everywhere. Join the Facebook groups. In the groups, you'll see that there are veterans that know a little bit more about what they're doing. Ask them questions. We love to share this info with newbies. People like Kelly Potter, Marie Smith. You're going to see people in groups that talk and know the answers to questions. Those are the people you want to listen to. They've done it. They've been broken. They've seen the bad things. They know what not to do, but they also know what to do. And that's going to kind of lead us into number 2 here. Hydrate. Feed yourself and repeat. And this is going to be a do as I say, not as I do thing, because this one's still a struggle for me. Those of you that hang around me at con times know. Sometimes I don't eat, and it's really hard for me to drink, but I feel the effects afterwards. I know you want to sprint from panel to op to meet and greet like it's an obstacle course, but you have to eat. You have to drink water. Pack a refillable bottle. They have water stations up. Bring energy bars, nuts, salty snacks, something. Dehydration is not the vibe, and it will mess with your mood fast. If you need to stop and DoorDash something, do that. Take the time. Everything moves so fast, and you get so excited, you really don't want to stop to eat. You really don't want to stop to drink. In Oklahoma City a few months ago, I don't think I ate or drank most of the weekend. There was so much going on. And my body at night, when I'm getting the 3 hours of sleep, is like, what are you doing? Feed us water. So I'd give it some water and a honey bun, but it really needed more. So please make sure you're taking care of your body. Pace yourself and build in breaks. Con adrenaline is so real, but so is burnout. Plan rest time like you plan panels. That could mean go outside for 10 minutes. Sit in your hotel room alone. Find a quiet hallway just to breathe. You don't have to earn your rest. You are allowed to need it. Learn how to skip certain things. I'll be the first to say, if something has to get cut during the weekend, I'm usually going to cut karaoke. That being said, I love karaoke. The vibe is amazing. But depending on how the day is going, and knowing that Saturday is always a strong day for me, sometimes Friday has to end a little bit earlier for me. We all find the things that we can cut. But be careful what you cut, because you also want to experience it all. Also, bring backups and plan for chaos. So phone chargers, printed tickets. With ticket these days, you can have them on your phone. If you've got an iPhone, put them in your Apple Wallet. It's a good idea to screenshot them in case the connection isn't great at the con. Some people still like to print them to have those printed tickets. Just make sure somehow you've got your tickets organized. Cash. Almost everything is going to take your card. There are certain vendors that only take cards, so make sure you have cards. But you're always going to need cash for something. It's always going to make your life a little bit easier in some way, somewhere. Extra meds. One time I went to Jacksonville, left my entire bag of meds sitting on my bed. Those of you that know me, I have chronic migraines. I have a big bag of meds. When I got to Jacksonville and realized what I had done, I was devastated. How was I going to survive the entire weekend without my meds? I immediately started thinking of backup plans, going to the drugstore, getting, emergency sections of them. So always make sure you have your meds. It can be a real crisis. Change of socks. Pack the Band-Aids, the chapstick, the Advil, the safety pins. And if you don't, it's okay, because I don't pack those things. But find the people that do. There's always what we call con moms that are going to have everything that you need. Those are your people. Ben, they always have things. If you know Ben Parker, Ben is always going to have everything. I've asked them so many times for things, Band-Aids. They have them. They have a plethora of extra medications. It's not just Ben. There's lots of people out there that do that. Those are your people. You can post in the Facebook group while you're at the con, hey, does anybody have Tylenol? Guaranteed you're going to have 4 or 5 people that mention that they do, and they'll give it to you. Some people like to print the schedule. CE no longer prints out schedules, so if you need a printed copy of it, you're going to want to do that before you leave your house. And you're going to be responsible for that because they don't print it out anymore. All they provide is the schedule on the website and on the app, which make sure you have the app. That is key. But some people just like having that schedule in their hand. Me, I love having that schedule in my hand. That being said, I don't print it anymore. I wish CE still did because A, I liked it as a souvenir. B, I really liked having the visual in front of me. But honestly, the schedule changes so much. It starts to run behind. It's really not accurate. Whereas the app is so much more accurate and it's easier to track. Also, the schedule on the website gets updated faster than the schedule on the app, just as an FYI, because it takes a little bit longer as far as them sending the information who changes it. So keep that in mind. Always assume something will go wrong and prepare for it like a tiny apocalypse prepper with glitter. It's gonna go wrong. It's okay. I went to my first con without my tickets. It worked out, so don't worry. Know your limits and honor them. It's okay to skip a panel, to say no to a group dinner, to cry in the hotel bathroom if you need to. The con is here for you, not the other way around. You don't owe anyone your energy if you're running on fumes. It's okay. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. We all want to do everything. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to set your limits. But also, join the experience your way. Again, don't feel pressured to do it all. Let yourself have a con that's yours. If you want to go to every single panel, do it. If you want to skip some panels and do all the special events instead, do that. Your con is your con, and you're going to make it amazing. It doesn't have to look like anyone else's. No two people con the exact same way, and that's okay. Now give every actor and panel a chance, even the ones you didn't think you'd love. Trust me. I never thought there are certain actors. Gil McKinney, he's been in, I'm not sure how many episodes, and that's probably going to get me burned, but 3, 4. I adore Gil McKinney. Best personality, so funny, such a sweetheart, and an amazing voice. Give them all a chance. Kim Rhodes. I wasn't sure when I first started going, wasn't a huge fan. Listened to a few panels, I'm like, Now, I can't watch her in a panel without crying at least once. That woman, every single time, is going to make sure she makes me cry. She is amazing. So give them all a chance. Contrary to how I act sometimes, it's not all about J2. Mostly it is. But still, give everybody else a chance. The show is about everybody. It is about what everybody gave. And you'll find that not only are Jensen and Jared amazing, but the entire cast is amazing. And they enjoy doing this. They enjoy being at these cons. They enjoy the interaction. Mark Shepard is somebody that is amazing to interact with. He can be a little touchy if you're not sure how to take him, but he is amazing. Photo ops. They're fast. Like really fast. Like blinking, you're going to miss them. So don't blink. Don't miss them. Keep in mind that that moment is yours. Don't compare your photo to anybody else's. Don't let your nerves ruin it. Just take a deep breath. Try and look them in the eye and be there. Don't overthink your pose. It's not about the pose. It's about the connection. It's about the interaction in that moment. It's about you walking up to them, seeing them, and feeling seen by them in that moment. That's what it's about. Don't worry about how the actual picture comes out, because what matters is how you feel in that moment. I always tell everybody, because everybody always says, how many pictures do you need with Jensen Ackles? How many pictures do you need with Jared Padalecki? First off, that number does not exist. It is infinite. Second off, it's not about that picture. It's about that moment. I can look at all of my photo ops and remember that moment and something that happened in that moment that was special to me. And that is what I'm going for. Is not the actual picture, though I love my pictures. And I hate all pictures of me. But we all know that Chris is an absolutely amazing photo god and can make anybody look absolutely fantastic. Document your memories your way. Take photos, write journal entries, or don't. You don't have to post every second. Some moments are just for you, but whatever you do, hold on to what made you feel good. If you want to take pictures of the panels and you want to post them on the Facebook, do it. If you want to take videos and post them on the YouTube, do it. But make sure you're enjoying your con. If you'd rather not even touch your phone the whole time, don't. Be in the moment. Enjoy it. For me, I like videoing the J2 panels because I like to share them online, because that's part of what brought me into this con world. I will forever be grateful to both Gail and Krista, and I was been able to tell them both how much their videos meant to me, because it introduced me to a world I didn't know existed. Here I found this great show, and the next thing I know, I'm watching YouTube videos of these panels of cons, and I'm like, what is this? I have to go there. This is the greatest. So however you choose to enjoy your con experience, enjoy your con experience that way. Again, no two of us con the same way. Con your way. The con is there for you. Be kind to yourself. This is super vulnerable stuff. You're showing up open-hearted in a world you've only known through screens. It's huge. You're brave. And if it gets hard, if you cry or get overwhelmed or feel like you're not doing it right, remember that showing up is the win. Jensen Ackles can be incredibly overwhelming. If he throws you the wink and you collapse, it's okay. We all get it. I've done tons of photo ops at this point, and there are still times when I get done with Jerry that I'm like, oh my God, he's the greatest person ever. We all do it. It's okay. This is your heart having a good time. This is your heart being who you are. Be who you are. Don't worry about how it looks to other people. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. This is your con. And to that point, dress for you. If you want to do cosplay, fandom merch, jeans, a hoodie, whatever makes you feel safe, strong, or sparkly. You're your most magnetic when you're comfortable. If you want to wear a dress in your ops, wear a dress. If you want to wear jeans and your favorite Supernatural t-shirt, wear that. Whatever you want to wear, whatever you want to be, do that. Don't let anybody else's recommendation or how anybody else is dressed affect you. And also, let the chaos be part of the fun. Like I said, something's going to go wrong. That schedule's going to fall behind. You might end up in a long line. Somebody's going to cry in front of one of the celebrities. It might be you. But you'll also get spontaneous hugs, unexpected laughs, and moments of magic that no schedule could ever predict. That's con magic. That's what makes it worth it. Having that moment with any of the people that will light you up inside makes the entire con worth it. We all find that magic with somebody at the con. Whoever you find it with, however you find it, that's your magic. Again, remember, this is your con. Make sure you don't compare your experience to anybody else's. We have all seen the stories on Twitter, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky. We all see them. We see the pictures. We hear the stories. Don't compare your experience to anybody else. Somebody may have met Jensen at this point 30 times. They're going to have a different experience than when you meet him the first time. That's okay. Don't compare your experience to anybody else's. Don't compare your pictures to anybody else's. Your picture, your moment, your interactions are special, and they are yours. Always remember that. And here's one of the last things, but maybe the most important. You belong here with all of us in the mess and the laughter and the weirdness. This is your family. It's okay. Sometimes families fight, but we all love each other and we're all going to accept each other. Just know that you're here now and that we're your family and we're so glad that you came home. That being said, guys, I have tried so hard to figure out how to do this podcast, what to put in this podcast, how to make people feel special, how to convey the excitement and the magic that is going to a con. I know for some people, you might save up for months to try and go. I know for some people, it seems impossible. You can do it. You can make it there if you really want to. And you know what? Even if you never make it, you can watch videos. You can look at photo ops. You can hear the stories. You can live vicariously through others. This magic is made for all of us. However you find that magic is okay. If you can't make it to a con, you can still be with us in spirit. That being said, I've tried so hard to come up with catchphrases and code words and ways to lead in and ways to lead out. And it's so hard, guys, because I want everything to be perfect. I want everybody to love this experience. I want everybody to feel my excitement for cons through this experience. I want this podcast to be a touchstone for people to get together, to love cons, to love Jensen and Jared, and to experience all of this together. I want every single person that's listening to this, whether they've been to no cons or whether they've been to 50 cons, to feel like they can throw in their experience, but also to feel like they're getting something from this. So that being said, I tried to come up with some great taglines. Let me tell you guys, taglines are hard. A couple of different things that I did. And think about these and let me know what you think. This one I think I actually posted on social media. Home isn't four walls. It's a hallway full of fans who understand the ache in your chest and the show that saved your life. The number of people that you're going to meet at cons that tell you that this show changed their life, it just has. That's what it's done to us. We're not the casual fans. We're not the casual observers. We're the ones that watched this show, absorbed it, and survived because of it. And we want to be around others that survived, and we want to share those stories. Speaking of, here's another one that I had. Because sometimes surviving a con feels harder than surviving the apocalypse. but at least we've got Salt, Plaid, and each other. You're going to see a lot of flannel at these cons, and that's a good thing. If you want to wear flannel at the con, you'll fit right in. I still pack my flannels every single time. I've got t-shirts that match my flannels. Love to color code those. You're gonna be in good company if you remember to bring your plaid and flannels. Here's another one. You ever stand in a crowd of thousands and feel more seen than you ever did at home? That's what this podcast is for. And that's what being at a con is like. For those of you that haven't had a chance to go yet, being at that con, my very first con, the one that I went to in Charlotte, I remember the very last night, and I was calling home and I was talking to somebody and I was like, this is my new thing. I'm not weird here. I feel seen here. The people here understand me. Everybody there got it. They didn't think it was strange that I'd watched the show so many times. They didn't think it was weird that I knew what Dean did in episode 5, 45 minutes in. Like, these people can rattle off the shows. Like, I always say, I may not know every single thing about the show, but I know people that will know certain things that I can talk to or ask the questions. We all have our specialties. Here's another, tagline I came up with. This isn't just fandom. It's fight or die. It's cry in the bathroom at the con and keep going. It's family. And that's one thing that we'll do. It's okay. We cry in the bathroom sometimes. You might have just a lot going on and you might decide to cry. You might be reminded of a special memory. You might have a friend that you lost at some point that loved this show with you, that you wish was there with you. We're all going to cry at some point, and it's okay. Nobody's going to judge you for that crying. And then there's this one. Anxious, broke, and showing up anyway, because this con might just save us. And that's the thing. The name of the podcast is Anxious, Broke, and Loving It. And I decided to go with that because I'm always anxious at a con. At this point, I'm in double digits of cons. But still, when I get in that line to take the picture with Jensen and Jared, I want to throw up. It's still going to happen. Broke? I mean, come on. We've all seen the prices. Between the tickets, the photo ops, the special events, the autos, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. But the way I look at it, I price everything in Jensen op prices. If I get ready to buy something and it's $50, I'm like, that's 25% of a Jensen op. Do I really need it? And that's how my brain works. And you know what? It saves me from spending money a lot of the time. Until I get to the creation website. But here's the thing. I'm anxious, I'm broke, but I'm loving every minute of con life. I love adding a last minute con. I love going in there and knowing that I'm going to see people that I can give hugs to and squeeze. I know that I'm just going to pop in and go to a radio company panel that I didn't expect. I love that I'm going to be in a J2 meet and greet and get to talk to Jensen and Jared about the series finale. I love those moments. There's nothing that can replace or compare those moments. That being said, again, this is just the opening of the podcast. Bear with me. It ended up hitting a little bit later. It was a rough week. Like I said, chronic migraine girly, and it hit me a little hard this week with the weather. So this podcast is actually going up a little bit later than planned, a little bit later than promised, but still, I'm doing my best, guys, and you got to know that I'm trying. Also, I just kind of covered the basics. There's so much more that we have to get into, and I can't wait. I want you to send me your ideas. Send me messages. Join the J2 group. J2 is trash. Send me a friend request. Follow me on Twitter. Send me messages. What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? What do you want to know? Do you think this is complete trash? Okay, if you do, maybe don't send me that. because that will break my heart, because I'm putting my heart and soul into this because I feel like it's something we all need. We all want. Again, we feel seen at cons. I want us to feel seen in this moment. That being said, I tried so hard to figure out how am I going to end this? What's going to be the ending? So hard, guys. So hard. So many different scripts I went over trying to plan this. And for this to be my first podcast, I really wanted it to be perfect. And I know, just like my first con experience, it's not going to be perfect. Thank goodness I didn't lose my tickets. But I had to have my mom come and get PJ, my little weenie dog, because it was storming and she was crying. So again, mom saved the day. But I figured we didn't all want to hear her whining in the background. So here's a couple of the wrap-up goodbyes that I've came up with. Thanks for spending this time with me. Remember, you belong here, you're part of this family, and I'm so glad you're home. Until next time, deep breath in, wristband on, and I'll see you on the con floor. Another one. Okay, I have officially talked your ear off. Go hydrate, snack, and if you see me in line at a con, say hi or bring me caffeine. Either way, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. And then here's another. That's it for this episode of Anxious, Broke, and Loving It. If nobody's told you today, you matter, you belong, and the con magic wouldn't be the same without you. See you soon. All of those are great. I can't decide. I'm still working on it. I could have planned another 2 months before I release this podcast, but I wanted to go ahead and release it because Austin's coming up in a few weeks. Those of you that are going to be first timers to Austin, it's going to be amazing. Those of you that are going to be veterans at Austin, it's going to be amazing. Those of you that aren't making it to Austin, it's still going to be amazing, and we're going to share every bit of it with you. But I just wanted to go ahead and get this out there because I feel like there's a real need for it. There's a real niche for this. And I want to share my joy and love of cons and Jensen and Jared and Supernatural with as many people as I can, and to bring everybody together and to make a safe space for all of us. So anything that you think that you want to hear, you want me to talk about, you want me to cover, just let me know. I'm going to drop on the podcast page. I'll have the email. I'm going to make a Facebook page for the podcast. Just haven't done it yet because, again, Migraine Girly laid out a little bit this week. Oops, my bad. But I'll make us a Facebook page. Again, the Trash for J2 group is always welcome for everybody. We'd love to have new people. All the Jensen and Jared pictures that you can stand. A little heavy on Jensen right now because he's doing so much, but Jared's always in there. But I love all of you guys, and I can't wait to meet all of you that I haven't met. And I can't wait to see all of my friends that I know and I love at the next con. I'll be at Austin. I hope you will too. We'll finish this up then. But again, this is going to be great, and I can't wait for everybody to have the best time. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time on Anxious, Broke, and Loving It.
At the time, you left a note on a diner napkin, said don't wait up, I'll be gone by dawn. I took the long road past Abilene, still hum your voice when the lights come on. And I still chase the highway light like it might lead me back to you. Every mile's a maybe, every sky's still blue. I've got an empty seat and an open sky, but your goodbye still rides beside. You always said you were born to wander, that love was just a roadside spark. But I was steady like Sunday morning. You were firework and I was dark. And I still chase the highway light like it might lead me back to you. Every mile's a maybe, every sky's still blue. I've got an empty seat and an open sky, but your goodbye still rides beside. Maybe some hearts just don't settle down. They live in motion, not in towns. But I still leave the porch light on like you're rolling before the dawn. So I chase the highway light like it remembers who we were. Every song still singing, every turn still stirs. I've got time to kill and hope to drive, but your goodbye still rides beside. Yeah, your goodbye still rides beside. Under this endless sky,